Right, we're here with James Beale, 113th Pacific Northwest Men's Amateur Champion. James, you were locked in a stiff battle day today, 38-hole marathon. You came out on that second hole, the 38th hole of the playoff. And why don't you just tell me a little bit about what you're feeling right now, kind of your emotions, and just being finally done with that 8 hours of golf.
That's a big part of it. Being done with the 38 holes is great, but honestly, I had such fun. That was the best match I've ever had. As long as it was, I had a great time. We both were back and forth at each other. We played some good golf. Kind of unfortunate the way it ended, but I felt like I played well, and it's been a lot of hard work for me, and it's been a while since I've had a win, so it feels really good. It's kind of surreal, but it feels good.
What were kind of your thoughts going through the day? What were your goals going hole by hole, or 9 by 9, or 18 by 18? What were kind of some of the thoughts running through your mind in terms of your strategy and how you were going to try and find yourself going home on top today?
I guess probably the biggest thing I kept saying to myself was just keep patient. Long day and match play, you really got to stay patient. Don't show too much emotion. Don't get too upset. I just kept on plucking along, kept on doing my thing, and waited for it to kind of fall into my lap. In a way, I just kind of let it happen. I just kind of went out there and played golf and didn't worry about it. Either way, I was gonna be happy with the week.
It kind of looked like you had the match in hand at a certain point. You were coming down the stretch. I think it was on the 13th hole. Well, on the 12th hole, you were 2 up. On the 13th hole, Cole made a putt for birdie to bring it down to 1, and then you ended up making bogey on 16. Just tell me a little bit about what it kind of felt like having the match in hand and then going to the last couple holes, and you found yourself down all of a sudden, a place you hadn't been yet, really during the majority of the match.
That was he did to me what I did to him early on. So yeah, I was in control. But I mean, I knew those closing holes, there's some birdie holes out there. He's a good player. I wasn't too upset about it. We walked off 16. I kind of got a bad lie. Going down 17, I'm just thinking I've got to make birdie. I'm not upset. I'm just like, all right. So, that happened. He makes some birdies, but let's see if I can make a birdie. And luckily, I did. And it happened.
You saw him race his putt by on 18, and you knew you'd already picked up for your par on 18 there. What kind of, or your birdie rather on 18 there, and he made par. What were you thinking at that point? We're going to go extra holes. Are you feeling good that you just managed to pull yourself back into the match, or what? Did you feel like you had some momentum going to the extra holes?
Of course, I felt like I had some momentum. But walking down 18, I'm just like, all right, I'm so tired. Let's just try and make a birdie and see what happens. Unfortunately, he made some bogeys, but he made a bogey. But I just thought if I can make birdie, see how long I can take this, make him take it from me. So I just kept plucking along. I don't really know. I wasn't thinking too much. I'm just thinking just keep going,
That first playoff hole, you found yourself once again in that left green side bunker that you found at least a couple of times this week. And Cole was on the green. He got a ways, and he had a tough downhill putt, but he made a great play out of there. And then tell me a little bit about what happened with him picking up. Sounded like you gave him a putt, which was pretty generous, but kind of tell me what happened right there.
I was in that bunker again, which was frustrating, but I guess he lagged his putt to it looks like about 3 feet, which I wouldn't usually give, and I kind of mumbled not bad. And he took it as good and picked it up, which is not his fault, so I couldn't take it back. So, stuff happens. I had to go up and make my putt, and you expect him to make that 3-footer anyway.
Yeah.
So it was my fault. I should have been clear about it, but it was kind of funny looking back on it. But luckily, I made the putt. Otherwise, I would have been pretty upset.
Yeah, I think everyone had kind of wanted you to make that putt there because they didn't want the match to end. Such a great match to end on kind of a technicality or a formality. So we're glad that happened. But you get to 2, and you find the fairway, and then you kind of got a pretty unlucky kick off that left side. It could have come down a little softer, and you ended up with at least 20 feet from off the green. But Cole was kind of in a tricky lie up in the grass. Tell me what you kind of felt when he flubbed that first chip from off the green, and you were already done for par. You knew he had to make it.
I wanted to go first. I was happy to putt first. If I could lag mine up there, I'd put the pressure on him to make up and down from a really tough spot. Unfortunately, he was probably a couple inches from being near the pin, so that was unfortunate. But I just sat back. I just had to sit back and make my par. I had to sit back and watch, and all I was thinking was I hope he hold it, but unfortunately he didn't. Interesting way to win it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, James. It was an amazing match, and we'll hope to see you next year.
Thanks, man.